Getting out the door for a trip can be stressful. A misstep here could result in significant inconvenience at the best or disaster at the worst. We've compiled a list of things to help you get out of the house with peace of mind. Along with this video, we have a companion blog post on our website, Jaunty Everywhere, and we will link that in the description below.
There are 3 things you're going to want to do well ahead of your trip, maybe about a month ahead. The first is make arrangements for a pet sitter or a house sitter. The next one is to get your car serviced. If you're going on a road trip, getting any maintenance taken care of before you hit the road. And the third is to make any grooming appointments. So hair appointments, waxing appointments, nail appointments, anything like that.
And here are some things you need to do about a week before you leave. Talk to your neighbors and let them know that you're going to be gone, especially if you don't have a house sitter or someone checking on your house regularly. That way, if someone pulls up in a U-Haul and starts moving all your stuff out, maybe they'll notice. Make a grocery list. Whether you're just taking a flight and you want a few snacks or you're going on a full-blown camping trip, make a grocery list ahead of time and then you can just roll it into your regular part of your week. And start to clear out your fridge. Eat up your food. Pay attention to when your next garbage day is so that you can get that garbage out and gone, and then it's not sitting there moldering for the 2 weeks that you're going to be gone.
And throw anything in the freezer that can freeze well. Next is to stock your mess kit or car kit. So put anything in the car that you need for a picnic. We have a video up here where we talk about how to prep a car kit for road trips and other kinds of vacations. And then check your reservations. There have been times where we've made reservations for a hotel or for tickets to a show or things like that, and later realized that we didn't go through the whole process and actually click reserve. So double check that you actually have a reservation for your hotel room, specifically the first night. You can figure it out from there, but having a hotel room the first night is really vital.
Be sure that you have any directions, phone numbers, or addresses that you're going to need. We got to Boston at 10 o'clock at night and realized that we didn't have the secret code to get into our Airbnb. The owner said they had emailed it. I didn't have the email, and it took about 2 hours to find him in Florida so that we could get the code to get into the room. It was kind of a disaster. Had I double checked that from my laptop before we left home, it would have been much less stressful, to say the least. Check your prescription medications and make sure that you're going to have enough to get through the trip.
Pay any bills so that you don't get any late fees while you're on vacation. That would be a bummer to come home to. And then notify your bank and your credit card companies that you're going on a trip, especially if you're traveling internationally. Often credit cards and your bank will have a place online that you can put in a trip plan and tell them what date you're leaving, what date you're getting back, so that you can notify them that way. And then you're going to want to do all of your grooming appointments. So whatever that means to you, your hair, your nails, whatever, get those done a week ahead of time. And next is to prep your food. So whether you're going on a road trip or traveling internationally, get your snacks ready, get your meals ready, freeze your meals if you're going on a road trip, whatever that means to you, prep that a week ahead of time. If you like travel and organizing videos, like this video.
The day before you leave, go onto the United States Post Office website and put a hold stop on your mail. Even if you have a house sitter, it's nice to just have that taken care of, and the post office will bring you all your mail and packages the day that you get home. Make copies of all your important paperwork, such as passports and driver's license. We have a video on 6 tips for data security that we'll link above, and we'll also put in the description below. Check the weather and see if you are going to have any surprises and adjust your packing list accordingly.
Then you want to tidy up your house and your yard in preparation for when you get back. Your future self will thank you when you get home and everything's nice and clean, as well as doing your laundry and putting all of that away so that you have clean clothes for your trip and for when you get back.
Give your car a good clean out and fill it with gas. And while you're out running errands, you might want to take care of any last minute grocery shopping, drop your books off at the library, and pick up some cash. I like to take a stack of dollar bills and some quarters so that I can tip and feed the meters. And then download any podcasts, movies, books on tape if you're into that kind of thing.
And then charge your electronics, whether that's your phone, your tablet, your laptop, whatever type of electronic you want for your flight or road trip, get those all charged up. And then check in for your flight if you're going to be flying. We like to put Post-it notes on our front door with any last minute items that we need to grab before we leave the house.
Here's a list of things to do about an hour before you leave. If you have a house sitter, most of these will be unnecessary. Turn off the water valves on your washing machine. Turn off or unplug any other water sources that are practical. We used to have an Instahot under our sink, and if we were going to be gone for more than a few days, I like to unplug that so it wasn't heating water unnecessarily, and then turn off the source of the water just to have one less place that water could come into the house.
Then you'll want to unplug your electronics. We had a electrical surge on a trip and it blew out a TV one time. And then adjust your heating and cooling. Whatever you want to set it. If you have the heat going, maybe lower it a little bit to save energy, or air conditioning, the same thing.
Next, flush your toilets, because what a surprise that would be. It will help if you add a cup of vinegar. That keeps the ring from building up. And if you're in a dry climate or you're going to be gone for an extended period of time, put some plastic wrap over the toilet bowl. That will prevent mineral buildup. Just be sure to let your family know so that when you rush into the house at the end of the trip, it's not an April Fool's joke. And take your trash out, because, oh my, that would be a big surprise.
Then check all your lights, make sure everything's off, and lock all the doors and windows.
Disable your garage door by pulling down on the red handle up on the ceiling. And some garage doors even have a metal slider that you can put in for extra security. We learned this the hard way. We left for a 5-day trip, thought that we had shut the garage door, and no, it was wide open. And Brittany here was coming and checking on the house, coming in and out of the front, all the while not knowing that the garage door in the back of the house was open the whole time. Not only was the garage door open, but the interior door to our house was unlocked the whole time. I mean, we could have just put out a Craigslist ad and said, "Come on in, thieves." Fortunately, nothing happened. We live in a wonderful neighborhood and everything turned out. But from now on, we will just disable that garage door and then we'll be sure that it's shut. And finally, if you have any kind of house alarm, set it and get in the car. For our bonus tip, once you're in the car, have everyone pull out their wallet, their ID, passports if necessary, travel visas, and your phone. Make sure that you put eyes on them. Don't just say that you have them. Brittany, why do you want to do this?
I've done this twice. The first time I left my ID in my backpack on a backpacking trip, got to the airport the next week, realized I didn't have my ID. My sister, who dropped us off, was gracious enough to go home, find my ID, come back to the airport, give me my ID, and then head to her house. Another time, a friend had to go and get my phone because I left that at my house. So yes, this is a big tip.
You can send me a thank you note later.
We have a blog post that corresponds with this video. You can find the link in the description below. And thanks for watching.
Happy travels! Really? How far in the wilderness do we have to go?